Hi, it's Tanya, and I'm back with tutorial number 2 using the Owl Builder Punch. I thought this time it'd be kind of fun to do something a little bit different, and instead of doing a card, I wanted to show you how you could use this to make a really fun and cute pocket letter. So I have my pocket letter sleeve here, which is just the trading card papers, and I'm going to go ahead and make this kind of a seasonal thing. That's what I thought I would do. So I have this paper pack that I got at Hobby Lobby. And it's the 4 seasons. And so what I thought, I'm going to mostly use this for the background papers here. I'm going to go ahead and fill this up with the holidays. So that's what I'm thinking I'm going to do. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. So I went ahead and I've already cut the cute little cards for the size that I want. So I have my this is like New Year's, Valentine's, and St. Patrick's Day. And then I picked out some really cute washi, and I want to put washi along each one. So I have this really cute silver for New Year's, and I'm just going to put a stripe of washi, whoops, let me get this straight, along each of the cards here. So, and this one I don't know if it rips well because it's foil, so I'm going to go ahead and cut it. There we go. So I'm just going to go ahead and do this for each one. I seriously think this is such a versatile punch, and it's so great for so many things. So I definitely recommend it if you guys haven't got it already. I think I want the glitter ones to be up higher, so I'm going to put that up. I love using some of these. They have the designs on them which help you center and make sure that the washi tape is perfectly straight. And I'll just use my little washi cutter on this one here. It should work just fine. It's thinner. Okay, that's really cute. And then the next one here is for St. Patrick's Day. And I have this really cute little shamrock washi tape that I thought would go perfectly with these stripes. Oh, I might have to go over a bit though because it's not too sticky on the end there. There we are, that one, and then let me do this side here. There we go. So I'm just going to start with these 3 first and make the little decorations for these 3 to go on top of it. So I'm going to take my little Owl Builder punch here and unlock it. And then I have a brown from the neutral pack of paper. And I believe this is the Early Espresso is what the color this is. So I'm going to go ahead and punch out. I'm just going to start and do 3 of them at first. So I really only care about this one here. So I don't want to waste the paper. So I'm just going to center it just on the side there so I can punch out a bunch of those. And that is what I care about, like I said. I'm just moving along and doing 3. Okay, so that's the first part. So let me just say, I save all these little odds and ends if they're good. It's like I have a heart here, I have some circles, and so I can use these. And what I do is I keep a little tin like this that I got at the Dollar Tree, and I keep all the odd bits in here of different shapes and things. So when I need something, I can go look through here and see what I have. And then this is a magnet, so I keep it on my board in my office. Oops, there's another piece there. And these are just don't make anything, so I'll throw these away and keep my little cute owls. So that's what I'm going to do with those. And then I'm going to go ahead and decorate each one for each month. So we'll start with New Year's. And I have some really cute glitter paper that I got from the Dollar Tree. So I'm going to do that. And get out. I have a silver and a gold here. So I'm going to punch one of these with the gold. And on this one, I mostly care about I want the little vest on here. But I might get a little something extra, and that's okay. Like I said before, if you get something a little extra, like that little heart, that's really cute. So I'll keep that. So that's all I need from that one. I don't want to waste any more paper than what I need. And let me get the silver one here. And I'm going to do the same and just get that little vest for the silver. And it ends up punching out that cute little heart too, so I'll save that for another thing. Okay, so that's for the first one. And let me keep this up here so you guys can see which stamps that I'm using. This is great. Put this down here. Okay, so I'm going to start with January. And then put the little hearts aside here. And I want to use, oh, you know what? I need more. I'm going to need more. I forgot that I want to do more. So I'm just going to go ahead and glue this really cute little vest thing down to the owl. For each owl, like so. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. Let me grab my glue. And I'm using my, anyway, here's my Tombow liquid glue. So I'm just going to put a little glue on the back. And a little goes a long way, so you just need a tiny bit. And I've actually used quite a lot of this glue. I really like it. So then I'm going to go ahead and center this and put it down at the bottom. It fits really cute on there. Then we do the same with the silver. Oops. There we go. There we are. Just made sure it was straight. Okay, so that's for the first square here. And I'm going to go ahead and make some little hats for them. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and take the owl punch again. And I'm going to punch an additional little vest part out. So I might get some extra pieces, and that is okay. I'm going to do this twice. And there we are. And then I'm going to take these little vests. Let me get rid of the extra pieces here. So here's the two vests that I need. And these are extra, so I'll put them over here. So I can save them. It's a little half moon. That might come in handy for something. Okay. And I'm going to cut it right to the indent. And I'll show you one here. On this little vest, it has a little indent here. So when you cut it, if you cut it right to that, it will be great. There we are. And I think I cut this one a little bit too long, so I'll start. And it's okay for them to be different, you know, different sizes, obviously. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of glue on here. And put it right in between the ears. And there you guys go. He's getting ready for the new year. Actually, I was going to use this one, but I think it will be cuter to use the gold with that one. So I'm going to go ahead and punch another one out of here with the gold. There we go. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing and cut this. And then I'm going to put a little more glue on the bottom of this one. Just a tiny bit. You don't need much. This glue, I don't know what it is, but it's really, the glue with this paper, it just sticks really well. There we go. So I think I'm going to do the white first. So I'm going to go back and repunch using the white. 1, 2, 3. It's so nice that you can use all your little scrap papers. This is one of the reasons why it's great to save all your little pieces. Your little scrap. I have a little bag that I throw everything into for my scraps as well. And that way, if I have any extras, I just use them for this. I pull it out when I'm making something and use it for this. And it works great. So I'm just going to go ahead and put a little glue on here. And this is when tweezers come in handy. Put a little glue on this one. same thing to the other owl. Oops, come on now. Stay down. There we go. Oops. Okay, now I want to use the black. So like I said, I'm going to put all these in this little great little container here. I'll keep out these white because I know I'm going to use that for the next couple as well. So let me close this up just so I don't have a problem. Now let me get my black, and I want the little eye part over here, if you guys can see the little eye part. So that's what I want. So I'm just going to try and punch. Oops. Slipped out of my hands. Oops. So there's a few. And again, these are really tiny, so you might want to use tweezers. And I have seen these used, I have seen you also can use little googly eyes if you wanted to. That would be really cute. You know what, I think I'm not going to use this. I think I'm going to use my little fine glue pen. And I just got this, so I'm really excited to give it a try. It is this fine tip glue pen. So you just take off the white part here, and it has this, oh, maybe I did it wrong. No, I didn't. That is right. It has this little tip here for some glue. I don't know if it's sealed, and I need to unseal it. Oh, it's sealed, so I guess you need to unseal it. I guess that would be helpful. You intend to use it as glue. Okay, now let's try it. There we go. Yes. There we go. I think for my other ones I might use some googly eyes, but for this one I wanted to show you guys how to build the whole owl, in case you were wondering. I think googly eyes would look really cute on here too. There we go. So there's our cute little owls. So I think what I'm going to do, let me put this back on so I don't have a problem. I love this because it has a little tip here to help keep this from clogging, so it doesn't clog. Cover my Tombow glue. And then those are our first two owls. So I'm going to go ahead and stick these onto my little card. I'll use my little ATG thing here. Just a little bit. So there's our first little card. And then let me do the second one. And I think I want another one of these because you need two for Valentine's Day. You have to have two. So I'll do a pair as well. Throw these little extra pieces away. Okay, so there's my little love owls. I'm going to go ahead and get out. I think I have, let me see, for Valentine's Day I might have some. I have some purple. That might be cute. No, I want red, I think. So I think I'm going to go ahead and use this other red one here. And I'm going to punch out just one of them. And I want to make sure I get that heart. I'm going to punch out a couple of just the little hearts as well, because I want to put a couple of hearts on here. So there we go. Put that aside. Those are small circles. These are extra pieces. And there's some hearts I want to use for the spread. Extra. There's a little heart. And there's another little heart. And these are trash. Okay, now I think I have a pink one as well. Let me see what I've got. So here we go. I have another pink one that I'm going to use. And I want to cut out the little vest again and that heart. So that's what I'm going to do really quick. So there's my vest and my heart, and I'll just punch out a couple more hearts. There we go. And then let me throw away what I don't need. And keep what I do. There's another heart, and there's another heart. We'll just throw this away. There's some extra little circles. This is it's really cute, and you guys can make so many cute things with this, I promise you. So I'm going to go ahead and put some Tombow glue. There we go, on this one here. Give this one a cute little pink vest. And then we'll put some Tombow glue on the red one. And give this one a red vest. There we go. Cover this up for just a second. And then I want to put some eyes on here, so I'm going to go ahead and do the whole thing I just did before. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and use this fine tip glue again for these cute little hearts. I actually think I'm going to use the red more than the pink because the red will show up a little better, I think. So let me just put a couple little hearts around them because they're little love owls. There we go. I think I'll put one little, let's see if that one will show up. I'll do one little pink one here and see how it looks, but I think the red will look a little better on this card. Yeah, the red looks so much better. Anyway, it's on there anyway. I thought that would just really cute right there. So that's that one. Okay, so then let me go to St. Patrick's Day. And I think I just need one owl for this one, so let me grab my paper and I will do another punch. And let's see if I can just do the owl. There we are. And those are extra. There's the heart. So there's our cute little owl, and I think I want to use green, of course, because he's a little St. Patrick's guy. We don't want our owl getting pinched, so I'm going to grab the green out of here. Again, like I said, the glitter paper that I'm using, other than that pink, is all from the Dollar Tree in the packs that they sell. So I'm going to go ahead and punch out the green, the little vest, and the heart. I want both of those, and I want a couple more hearts. So there's that one. I think I might want one more heart. Let's see how it looks. Okay, so there's the little vest, and there's the hearts I want to use. And I don't know if I'll need these little half ones, but I'll keep them just in case. Yeah, there we go. So there's our little hearts. There we are. Throw these pieces away. Oops, that's trash. That's trash. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead using the Tombow glue again. I'm just going to glue the little vest down and glue his little googly eyes on, just like I showed you guys before. He's really easy to build, and actually this is so much fun. It's kind of therapeutic in a way, I think. So let me grab out a couple more of my little googly eyes, and I'm going to just use the Tombow glue. I don't need the fine point glue for this one. I've got to make sure he has some green on so he has the look of the Irish. And I'm going to put his little black dots. And actually, I think I'm just going to try a pen. I wanted to show you guys a couple different ways, but I think I'm just going to use a Sharpie here. Maybe a little bigger than that. There you go. That works just great. I like that. It's so much easier too. Okay, then I'm going to go ahead and cut. I have an extra piece. I have a die cut, a little die cut piece here that I used from, I think it was from the Everyday Jars. Okay, I had this little extra piece that from, I cut out using a little die cut piece I had. So I'm using that. And then I cut another vest, and I thought it was recording, but it wasn't, so I apologize. So I just trimmed it down to make it look like a little top hat. So that's all I have done so far. And I'm just going to use a little Sharpie to do a band on this hat. And I might have to do a different, you could punch out another piece of fabric if you want, but I just wanted to go see if I could just draw a little band on it. See, it looks like a little Irish hat. There we are. Okay, then using this again, I'm going to punch, I want one of the larger circles out of the green. So I'm just going to go back up. I don't want to mess up any of the other areas of the paper, so I don't want to, waste it. So I'm just going to try to go right to that hole there. Yep, there we go. The big circle. And using this, I'm going to go ahead and make, I'll show you in just a second. I'm going to go ahead and use a little bit of this this glue, Tombow glue again. I might have to switch over to the fine tip here, but we'll see. I'm going to go ahead and make myself a clover. I'm just going to go ahead and put a little glue on all of them really quickly before I pick them up. Whoops, there we go. And then, like I said, I'm just making myself a little clover. So I'm just putting the hearts right next to each other here to make a clover. Because he's got to have a 4-leaf clover on St. Patrick's Day. You have to have the luck of the Irish with you. There you can see how they just fit together like a little puzzle piece. There we go. Isn't that so cute? Okay, and I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on the edge of this here. We're making a little stem here. And then this will fit on top of this. And there is our cute little 4-leaf clover. Whoops. Whoops. Oh, damn it. Okay, so here we go. I think I've let it dry sufficiently. I'm just going to very carefully set it up here to make sure I don't ruin it. I have my little owl. Oh, you know what? I think he needs some wings. He needs something to hold that with. So let me see what I've got to make some wings. To make some wings, I'm going to go ahead and take this and I'm going to use my 1-inch circle punch here. And I'm going to cut a circle out. And then I'm going to cut this in half. And then I'm just going to kind of cut some little bumps in it so it looks like a wing. And it won't be perfect, and that's okay. Just want to give it the rough shape of a feather sticking out. There we go. I just think he needs some wings, so that's what I'm going to do. Give him a little bit of wings. Here we go. I'm just going to glue this down to make it look like a wing. There we go. And do the same thing to the other one. And there he's got some wings, and there we go. And then let me glue him onto the paper here, my little card. I think I'll put him over this way so it looks like he's holding that shamrock. I'm going to have to trim this because that's going to be way too long. There we are. I don't know if I'll use that again, so I'll set it over there. And then put a little bit of this glue on here and we'll let this dry. A little bit Tombow glue. Oh man, I just ripped that off. I'll fix it. So I want this to kind of go through his wing because he is holding it. And this is still wet, so I didn't give it enough time to dry. But it'll dry now because I won't fiddle with it anymore. Oops. A little more glue. And again, I love this glue because it dries clear. You won't see it. There we go. So there's our first row. Oh, I forgot to put a little top hat on. So I'll do that now that he's down. And put a little glue on the edge here of the hat. And, oops. It needs like a little gold button on there. So let me see if I can find a little gold button or something. I might have a little, well, I have some orange, so that will do. So I'm just going to take a little, I have these little, these are the Halloween enamel dots. And I'm just going to take one of those cute little enamel dots here. And I'm going to use that for a little gold clip on his, whoops, these are so sticky. The little gold clip on his hat. There we go. And that gives it a little more something something. Okay, so that is row number 1. And I'm going to go back and do the next row. Okay, here's the next 3 that I have. I've got one for Easter, and I'm throwing in a birthday one in here. So I'm just using a multicolored one for the birthday. And then I have the one for 4th of July. So that's what I'm doing, and I have 3 different washies here I'm going to use. So this one just has really cute little Easter eggs on it. So that's what I'm using for this one. I think I'll just center it right in the middle, right about, let me put it down a little more. Right there. That looks cute. There we are. And then I'm just going to trim off the washi for the Easter one. So there we go for that one. I have this really cute little present, and it says happy birthday on it, and a little cake. So I think I'll use that one. So I think I'm going to put this one down towards the bottom maybe. Hopefully that's pretty straight. I can't really tell. Looks like it to me. There we go. And then for 4th of July, I have this other one that has really cute little balloons and rockets and top hats. So let me see if I can find the start of this one. Here we go. And I think I would like to use some of these little top hats here and the rockets. I think that looks really cute. So I'm going to go ahead and put these down here. And like that. And we rip this off. There we go. So that, and then I punched out my 3 owls already, just so you guys know the drill. You guys know what I'm doing now. And I'm going to go ahead and decorate these guys for each holiday. So what I think I'm going to do is, I think I'll make this one to be like a little Easter basket. So I'm going to use like something that will accent with this. And I think I can use, I think I'm going to use a different color. I think I'll use like a purple. I think that purple will go well with it. And so then I'm going to go ahead and punch again the, getting glue all over the top of this because I got glue on my hands. So I'm going to go ahead and just punch the little vest. Here we go. For that. Then I want to glue it down. There we go. Okay, there's the top to the side. So there we go, and then I'm going to go ahead and put the eyeballs down. Oops, way too much glue on that, so I'm just going to take another little eyeball, and this is what I do when I get too much. I just kind of use some from each other. It works. And then I think that it would be kind of cute to have some bunny ears on this one. So I'm going to take, I have a little piece of strip paper here, just a little piece of white paper, and I think I'm going to go ahead and use a round. So if you see the edge of the round here, I think that might cut a little, no. I'm wondering if it would work. So we're going to try an experiment here. I'm just putting it across the big circle here. And I'm going to punch that down and see if that will work for me, for what I want it to do. I think it will, so I'm going to do that again with another one. Just taking the round circle there, again, and sliding this through the middle of it, and then just punching that out. I'll set this to the side. Then I'm going to go ahead and glue this. So it looks like the little owl is wearing his little bunny ears for Easter. Oops. Doesn't look very good yet, but just give me a moment and it'll look good. So let's let that dry for just a second. I'm going to put it on the card so that the glue doesn't get everywhere. Okay, and then I'm going to work on the next one while that's drying. I'm going to go ahead and put a little birthday suit on this little guy here. And I want to use, I think I'm going to use a blue, like a teal blue, because I have this color here for his little birthday suit. So I'm going to go ahead and punch the little vest again out from this. There we go. I'm going to glue it down, and then I'm going to glue his little googly eyes on. And I like to do the vest first and before the eyes because I feel like you can center it a little easier, but it's totally up to you guys. You know, you don't have to do it this way. There we are. I think it's just easier to line it up a bit, so that's why I'm doing it this way. But like I said, you guys can do it whatever way you want. And he definitely needs to have a little birthday cat, so I'm going to use, I think I'm going to use like a little, I think I will use, let me think, do I have some yellow? Let's see. I might have some yellow. If I do, I have this one. This is close enough for me. So I'm going to use that for the little vest again, just to make a little top hat. There we are. didn't want it to be as gold as this one here. I wanted it to be a little different. So I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing I did with the other one, and then just cut it to that middle section there. There we go. Then I'm going to put a little bit of glue on here so I can glue him down. He's got to celebrate his birthday in style, right? Whoops. Put it over here. There we go. And I'm going to go ahead and use my black Sharpie again just to do those little eyes. I think it looks cute, and it's perfectly, it's really easy. So I'm going to do it on this one as well. Okay. Yay, he looks so cute. And then I think he needs wings again, so we can hold a little balloon. So I'm going to go ahead and punch another circle and do exactly the same thing I did on the other one. Just cutting it in half here. I'm just going to scallop the edge here. If you have scallop scissors more, yeah, that's totally fine. I just don't happen to have them. There we go. There's one wing and another wing. Okay, and then I'm going to glue these on just like I did the other one. Just put a little dab of glue and I just let this dry. Oh, I think I put that on the wrong side. Oh well. Pretty sure I did put it on the wrong side. And yes, I did. So let's see if I can get that off and use it anyway. Oh, oops. I guess it didn't work. It still needed glue. So there we go. Put a little glue on there. Okay, I think he looks so cute. And I'm going to give him a little balloon. So I have my balloon builder, my balloon punch here. It's got the two different sizes. I'm going to use that little one, I think. So I want to give him a different color. So I want to use, I think I will use the green or red. I think I won't use red because red will be next to him. So let me just use a green since I have it out right here. Punch with this one. And I just need that the little one here. So there we go. And then I'm going to use, he's got a little balloon up here. So let me put a little glue on this. There we go. I've been using quite a lot of the glue here, so I just kind of wanted to still see the little happy birthday down here at the bottom, so I'm kind of doing it that way on purpose. So then I just need a little bit of a string, so I think I'm going to go ahead and use just some twine. I happen to have some of this from, I think it's from the Target dollar spot actually. I'm just going to grab a piece of this off. I'm using a glue dot. I'm going to stick it up underneath here. That's extra. And I'm just going to, I think I'm actually just going to leave it. So there we go. Just like so. So there's our little birthday boy. And you know, I think that hat needs something. So I do have a couple of little, don't have a flower one. This is the only flower one I have. Let me see. I think I'll use this the little tiny mini star punch. And honestly, I do not know if they even sell this anymore. So I don't think I do. I haven't seen it in the catalog. But they do have other star things. I'm just going to punch a little star out of this. for his little top hat. Because he needs a little, I think it needs a little something up there. The top of the hat. I might have to go back in and change the 4th of July ones, I mean the New Year's ones as well. Yeah, that looks really cute. So there we go. So now back to our little Easter here. I'm going to try and curve these just a little bit more on the top so it looks more like ears and less like, well, you know, less weird. There we are. I think that looks a little better. And I'm going to go ahead and take a pink marker. And I'm just going to give a little, oh, that's too dark I think for this one. Let me see what I've got that's a little lighter. This one I think is lighter. Just do the center part of the ears so it looks more like a bunny ear. There we go. I think that looks really cute. So we'll put this one here. And then I think he needs a little Easter basket. So I'm going to keep using that same brown that I used before and punch out with this circle punch, the 1-inch circle punch. And I'm going to cut this in half again. And then I'm going to use the top here and just cut out like a little handle around the outside of it. And just try to keep it as close as I can to the same all the way around. There we go. And that will be our little handle. See for our little basket. Okay, and then let me see if I have anything I can cut eggs out with. I think I will use this larger circle punch here for some Easter eggs. And so I want to use, I think I'm going to use that purple again that I used before because I think it's so cute. So let me go put that in there. And then I want to use a little bit of, maybe a little bit of the green. I have a half one here. No, that's not. I just want some pastel colors. I don't really have a lot of pastel colors out, so maybe I'll use that pink that I used before. I use the purple, and I use that pink. Oops. Where did I put the pink? There it is. And those will be our little eggs in the basket. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue, so a little dab of glue here on the very front of this, and then using my tweezers, I'm just going to put them on top of here. And I kind of want to stack them so they don't, there we go. Whoops. There, I don't want them to be right on top of each other. So I'm just going to go ahead and lay this down because it needs to glue, it needs to dry anyway. So I'm going to put this down quickly so it can dry and I don't have to mess with it. And I'm going to do the same thing with this little handle. I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on this. There we go. I'm using my little tweezers. I'm going to make my little basket. And then we'll glue our little bunny down. Our little owl dressed up as a bunny though. So there we go. So then we have Easter and the birthday taken care of. These over there, extra pieces. And now we're going to do our 4th of July. And I really think I want to go ahead and do red because there's so much blue on this. So taking the red that I had before up here, I'm just going to go ahead and punch out another vest here. And then I'm going to use this to glue it down onto our cute little owl. Throw this away. These are little extras I want to keep. There's our little man. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and cut out a couple of stars with my little star here. It is. So maybe I just want one. All right, I'm going to glue down my eyeballs first. And then of course we want to make him a little hat, like a little Uncle Sam hat, so that's what I'm going to do next. Let his little eyeballs dry. And he needs, I think he's going to probably need wings again as well, so I might cut up another circle for him as well. So let me just cut that out while I have it right here. And I'll make him some wings. And I want him to be holding a little flag, so I have a little banner punch here that I'm going to use to make a flag. Here we go. This extra cutout piece that I used for something else. And I'm going to cut out a little banner for him so he has a little flag to hold, because it's 4th of July after all. And then I'm going to cut out with this as well a little white heart, a little white star, excuse me. There we go. And then I'm going to put the red star. I'm going to put this on the little flag here. You've got to be proud to be American on America's birthday. So there's that. Oh, I think I'll put a little glue on this too. And we'll put this down. He's going to be wearing his cute little star. Look at outfit. Oops. There we go. Let's let that dry for a minute. Put the lid back on this. You need to put this back on as soon as you can because you don't want the tip to dry out, excuse me. So this is to make his little wings. I'm going to color his little eyeballs again. And then I want him to have a little hat. So I have a little, where is my little, I have a little 1-inch square. So I'm going to use that to punch out a little top hat for him. And then he needs a little piece of blue for the rim. Let me see, do I have any blue out? I just have this blue. I just have this blue, but let me use it anyway. Grab another one like this. Well, that's not really, it's not the right color blue. I can't use that. Let's see what I have. Okay, I found something I think is a little better blue. And I'm just going to cut a little piece of this off. There we go. For the rim. And we're going to cut this down. I'm just going to the first part of these little dots. And we're going to make ourselves a cute little top hat for him. For Uncle Sam's birthday. Actually, I want to use this Tombow glue. I think it looks a little bit better on the splitter paper. Here we go. And take a little cute little top hat. And like I said, this will dry clear, so you don't have to worry about any of that. And I'm going to take the top hat part and we're going to glue it to the little owl here to make him wear his little patriotic colors. There we go. And then he definitely needs some wings so he can hold his little flag. So I'm going to make those again like I did before, just cutting this in half and then making these little bit on the edge. Because if you have a scalloped punch too, a scallop circle punch, that would actually work really great. You wouldn't have to do any of this either. So it's just up to you know, what you've got. I think I'm going to put these ones down. There we go. Put on the cute little owl here. He's definitely at a parade, saying "Happy Birthday, America." There we are. And then I'm going to put him over here. And then I'm going to get his little flag. Let me see what I have that... I think I'm actually just going to use a strip of this. Well, no, that's too small for that. Let me see. What do I have? I think I'll just cut a strip of that blue, though. I love this because it just doesn't have to be, when you're doing something like this, it doesn't have to be exact, but it's just for fun. I'm just going to go ahead and put a little glue on this one. And this will be the banner part for the flag. And he's going to hold that up. How do we want this? I think it needs to be like that, I think. And then we will cut this on the end here. There we go. So there's our next three. I think it looks really cute. So let me clean up and I'll prep for the next three and I'll be right back. Okay guys, I'm back to October, so we're going to do Halloween, Thanksgiving, and Christmas. So I have my cute little Halloween paper here, and I'm thinking I'm going to use this cute little washi. I'm not sure if I will yet or not. I kind of want to put it across the very bottom. We're really close to the bottom this time. So I'm going to stick it on here and we'll see. I might have to take it off, but for now I'm going to stick it on there. There we go. And then I'm going to go ahead and do, I think this glitter one would be really, really cute for Thanksgiving. It goes really well with this paper, at least I feel like it does. So we're going to do that. See if this will rip. It may not rip. Oh, it did. Good. Perfect. And then the last thing for Christmas, I have some of this really pretty little, looks like a garland. So I think I'm going to use that for the Christmas season. This is really pretty. So there we go. Okay. So I've kind of got these prepped. Now I went ahead and to hurry and punched everything out so it'll be a little bit faster for you guys. So I have my two cute little owls here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to dress these guys up like Halloween. So I went out ahead and punched another little owl out of white. And you might have seen this trick done before. But I'm just going to cut off these little legs. There we go. I'm going to save those for a minute. And then if this layers over the top, it looks like he's wearing a little ghost costume, see? So I'm going to put a little bit of adhesive glue on this. I'm just going to use this because I can use the whole thing. Whoops. And I think it looks really cute. So it layers it, and it makes it look like he is wearing a cute little costume. There you go. I'm going to go ahead and cut this on the sides. So that, because of course if he was wearing a costume you would not see, you know, his body hanging out of the side there. So there's our cute little owl. And then I'm going to go ahead and stick his little eyeballs on. Even though it's got white already, I'm going to go ahead and use the white in again. I think he'll still need a little. This is almost gone. I love this glue. So much I've used it. I think he still needs a couple little eyeballs on here with the white first and then the black on top. So, oh, whoops, too much. There we go. Give him a couple of eyeballs. let that dry for a minute because I put a little too much glue on there. I'm going to go over to the other guy. Now he's going to be wearing, I think I'll have him wear a little pumpkin outfit. So I punched out 3 different circles from the 1-inch circles, and I'm just going to go ahead and layer these across his little belly here. Make him look like a little pumpkin. So I'm going to do 2 like so, and we just want his little feeties to stick out. So like that. And actually I think I'm going to go ahead and just use a little bit more here, since I'm overlapping them more than I thought I was going to. There we go, like so. And then we'll put another one right on top so it'll layer it and look like a pumpkin. If you haven't done this trick before, it's great to make little pumpkins if you don't have a pumpkin punch. So there we go. So now it looks like he's wearing a little pumpkin. And then I'm going to cut this in half, the other one, to make him look like he's inside the pumpkin. And I'm going to go ahead and make this jagged like I did with to make the wings. So it's like a cut top of the pumpkin. There we go. And I'm going to put his little eyeballs down first, before I put the hat down. Whoops. Whoops. Making a little mess. This is so much fun. I just really, really love doing these. We'll put his little cap on top. A little bit of glue, little dab of glue there, and he's wearing his cute little top of the pumpkin. I'm going to put some little eyeballs on here. And the same on this one. Put some little eyeballs. Because I've used these before with googly eyes, but I didn't have any. So you just got to use what you got sometimes. And then I think he needs a little stem, so let me see if I have a little extra green. I have this one here. So let me just cut a little piece for a little stem for that pumpkin top. There we go. And then I think he just needs a little bit of the stem there, so it looks like he is a pumpkin. Whoops. There we go. There we are. And then I'm going to go ahead and glue these little cuties on. There is our cute little ghosty. The eyeballs are a little messed up. Here we go. And then here's our cute little pumpkin. Oh, and I just took his little top off, darn it. It's okay, I'll stick it back on there really quick. There we go. So there's our little cute little Halloween. Okay, and then the next one is our Thanksgiving. And I think I'm going to go ahead and I have everything all punched out here as well. I was trying to do this so it wouldn't take quite so long for you guys. So I'm going to make them a little pilgrim. So I have a black vest and another black vest. I punched out 2 so that I can make a hat and, a vest here. So, and he needs a little buckle or something, so I'll probably see if I have a little gold or something for that. So let me just go ahead and glue him on. The little vest bit. Oh my goodness. So they sell craft mats, or I guess I should be using my Stampin' Up! Paper they sell too. That'd be nice. Okay, and I cut out a little piece of this because I want him to be dressed up with a little bow. So I'm going to take my little scissors, and so you can cut this down the middle if you want to, and then you just cut to that point. There we are, and that makes it look like a little bow. So you just cut down the middle to where you want it to be, and then you just punch it or cut it out like that. There you go. And then I'm going to take this and go in just a little bit here as well, so it goes in. And I'll glue this down. I think it should be like right here. have a little dimension or a little something I'm going to put on top of that too, so for now. So there's his little bow. And this is the other one I'm going to do for my little, I have my little Pilgrims and Indians, so this will be my little Native American. There's the, oops, outfit for that one, and I might have to dry before I can draw on this like I want to, so. Okay, let me do the eyeballs. Where's my other eye? Did I lose it? I guess I misplaced the other eyeball. Okay, so I'm going to let those dry. So what I'm going to do with this is, again, just make my hat like I've been doing the other ones. But a pilgrim hat is pretty, let's see, pointed at the top. So how do I want to do this? Maybe if I just take off the edges here, like so. And then the pilgrims had that little long there we go. That looks more like a pilgrim hat to me. And then I'll have a little orange stripe across the top of it, maybe. Let's see. Since I have the extra orange here from the pumpkin, I think I'll go ahead and just glue this on. I'm just trimming it out. There we are. Looks pretty darn cute. Okay, let me put this on here and I'll let this dry, and then I'm going to go ahead and put, I have a couple of other little things I'm going to put on here to finish him off. There's a little cute little hat for his little pilgrim self. And then I have a little Indian here. I'm going to want to make a little Indian thing. For those of you who don't know, when Christopher Columbus founded the American colonies, he thought he was in India, so he called the Native Americans Indians. And that's kind of just stuck, and we've called them that forever. Until more recently when we realized that we were more politically correct, I guess. Okay, so there's their little eyes. I'm going to go ahead and open this. I think I want a little circle or something for that, so... Actually, I think I'm going to cut out a little heart for it. And then, yeah, that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to put a little heart on there. I think that'll be cute. To finish off the little bow tie and there we are. I have a little bit of this gold that I use, so I'm just cutting a little buckle, a little square. Couple of them actually. I think I want to put one on his hat too. So I'll make this one a little bit smaller for his hat. And make this one a little smaller as well for his buckle. It'll take up his whole chest. And I'm just freehanding this. If you guys have a little punch or something, you're welcome to do that, of course. I really just wanted to show you guys some cute little different options with this adorable little owl. And I'm just using a black Sharpie draw to make it look like he's got a little buckle. There we go. I think he's done. So there's my there's my pilgrim, and then here's my Indian. So I want this to look like it was stitched together with like the Native Americans would have done. There we go. Maybe I'll put another little piece right there. And then let's see. I'm gonna make a little. They've got to have some feathers in their hair. They're Native American. So let me see if I can make a little headdress. There we are, and then I don't know what I'm going to use for feathers, so I'm just going to use some of these little circles that I punched out. A few little odds and ends like that. And I just used the little tiny bit of the circle punch here to punch these out to make it look like feathers for the cute little headdress that he's got going on here. So I think I'm going to go ahead and put the headdress part down first so that I don't have a hot mess going on here. And then I'm going to go ahead and glue the little feathers down. So I want to do it, let's see, like so. Like so. Oh, there's the other eyeball I couldn't find. Isn't that funny? Okay, I think this needs to be rounded on both sides. It's kind of a feather in the middle. So I'm just kind of freehand it here. I'm not the best here at this. There we are. There. I think it doesn't look too bad. And once it dries, it'll look even better. Oh shoot, I did that again. I did it on the other one and I did it on this one. Let me put them back on here. There we go. And there is our cute little Indian, Native American. And then we have our little pilgrim from I think England. Little England ancestors here. There we go. So there is our cute little Thanksgiving. Okay, and last on here is Christmas. So I'm going to go ahead and grab out my little Christmas square here. And I'm going to have two because I think you need to have somebody to celebrate the holidays with. So I have my little red and green vests that I punched out. I'm going to get some little glue on here. Go ahead and stick these on. There we go. And I'm going to stick this one on. There we are. I'm going to go ahead with the eyeballs. 2 and 3 and 4. We need all of them. Whoops. Glue all of my fingers at this point. I probably should have taken a little break and washed up, but I didn't. So I'll just go ahead and do 2 at a time since it's sticking to me. And I'm just lining these up, by the way, guys. I don't know if I even told you that. With the vest, that's why I like to put the vest down first. Because you can see the 2 little spots on the vest that were kind of indents. And that's where I'm lining up my eyeballs. That's why I like to put the vest down first. There we go. Whoops. There we are. So there they are. They can start to dry for a minute while I figure out what I'm going to do next. I think I just want to do little owls like that with, I don't know, should I do a little Christmas tree on the half of it? Maybe I will add something like that. No. I think I will just put a few little snowflakes. They can be singing little Christmas carols. And there's the little buddy. Let me draw his little eyeballs on him, on these guys. And you're welcome to punch out those eyes. And they are little, but you can make it work. They work just fine if you just use that little glue, the little fine tip marker. Okay, so there's that. I think I want to give some little snowflakes, but I don't think I have anything. I'm trying to see what I have to punch out for snowflakes. I don't think I have anything. So I guess I'll use a few stars maybe. Where's the lid to my glue? Here it is. Maybe I'll just punch out a few little stars. Where is mine? You know, I think I'm going to go ahead and use this little flower punch I have. Like I said, I don't know if they have this at all anymore. I think they don't, but I think this is going to look better as a snowflake. And I want a few. We'll try 4 and see if I need any more than that. And then we'll have a few little snowflakes falling because they're out. And I always just don't like having even numbers. There we go. That looks pretty cute. So I'm just going to go ahead and glue this, a little dot of glue. Actually, I think I am going to put this and just use it in the corner, maybe cut off a part of it, just so it looks a little like that. And then once that dries, I'll cut the edges off of it. So there we go, guys. I think we are done with doing our little pocket letter. So I'm going to show you what we've got. And I just tried to do kind of the winter holidays up here with the New Year's, Valentine's, and St. Patrick's Day, and then right after that it becomes spring, and then we have our Easter, and birthdays of course could be any time, but I fit it there, and then the 4th of July, this is summer, kind of our spring and summer, and then again this is, we've got our autumn down here with our Halloween, our Thanksgiving, and our Christmas is when winter starts again. So there we go. And then I'm going to zoom out so you guys can see them all. And that's another option of things you can use with a really cute little owl builder punch. I have so many of these, you guys. I'm probably going to do more than 3 because I have so many ideas, and this is really a fun set to use. And again, I got this at the Dollar Tree, and I just keep all my little bits in here. And then I just mark on here that this is the owl builder punch. So I have a little sticker I'll put across the top. Or I don't have to if you don't want to, but I got these at the dollar store and they had a bunch of paper clips in it, and I used all the paper clips up and kept this because I thought it'd be great with that magnet on there. So that's what I recommend. And then if you need any little other parts for other things as well, you can look through here, and if you need that shape, you might have it. So anyway, I hope that you guys enjoyed this quick little tutorial. It wasn't really quick, this long tutorial. Hope you guys stuck with me for it, and I hope that you enjoyed it. And I will see you again soon with another idea with the owl builder punch. So thanks for watching. Bye.